Yeah, it just like kind of threw me right into it again, Mina.
Yeah. I thought it would. That's why I had you set it up beforehand.
Ah.
If you can figure out who, then I'll punish everyone beside now then.
We already know who did it.
Was that?
Was it?
It was Hiro. He does not have an alibi for when the murders took place, and we found him in that suit. Don't try and deny it. You killed them.
See, they're like so adamant on it. Just a little
Look at her
suspicious.
squeaky hair. She doesn't have the little, like, what's its name from that TV show? It's now it's like a fork.
Yeah, that's
It's always been that way.
her anger. It goes to icicles.
You just now notice that, Rins?
Yeah.
Oh, I noticed it before in other trials when she would get anger.
I didn't! Someone knocked me out! I was asleep the whole time! I don't know anything about it!
Shut your murdering mouth, murderer!
Damn, genocide
Coming
Jill.
from you, girl.
Who are
Her
you
tongue's
calling a
literally
murderer?
I am sorry to say, Hiro, but we do have evidence.
Oh, and another thing I didn't mention is Celeste seemed pretty surprised when we found the little handkerchief in the trash. She seemed quite surprised.
Blueprint for the suit.
I think anyone would be, but sure.
Don't try to defend her, but also just seemed too convenient for Hiro to just have all the shit just right in the middle of his room.
Yeah.
Parts we assume were used
I'm
to
just
build
like,
it,
you know, I'm saying like, yeah.
and all of it was found in your room. You have to admit, the evidence is quite compelling.
I just don't understand why they're trying to frame him if he didn't do it, because then they all die, right? Like, I'm confused.
It points to you as having created the suit and wearing it while committing crime after crime.
How many times do I have to tell you? I don't know, I don't know!
Is he really the killer? Or, before anything else, we have to make that clear.
Makoto's now surrounded by dead picture frames.
There are so many.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
You should
I
check
don't know
what
anything about that
Yasuhira's
stuff.
message is so that
It's
you
not
know.
true, it's a conspiracy!
Hiro, why? Why did you kill them?
No! Just hold on a second!
Oh, okay.
Yeah, look at the tooth bullets and then look at the thing for Yasuhira's message.
This is the note that Yasuhiro wrote to get it in the dining hall. To be in the dining hall, be in the dining hall is all it says. And then it's remarkably neat and clear.
And
That's why I
then
think
look at the
Celeste wrote
blueprints. Then look at the
Blueprints?
blueprints.
It's two different handwritings.
Yeah.
Or so I was wrong about that. Celeste didn't write it, but she may have wrote that.
Well, Yasuhiro wrote that really neat note.
Everything we found in your room.
So I have to
The blueprints, the suit parts,
I have to
they
shoot
are
this,
all
right?
proof enough
Blueprints.
I
that
think
you
so,
are
yeah.
the culprit.
Okay.
It's
that's what I
not
thought.
true, it's
Hiro, why?
no! Just hold on a second!
Everything we found
Because
in
yeah,
your
at the
room,
moment you're trying to
The suit parts.
like say that Hiro might not have been the killer, because otherwise everyone's just gonna focus on
Are
that.
we sure Hiro really made those blueprints?
I just saw Jack in the background there. It's Sprite was still like pointing the scissors.
What do you mean?
Well, take a look at this. It's the note that Hiro wrote, asking everyone to meet up after Alter Ego disappeared.
You're just gonna fucking
Every
say it in
time-
front of him? Like, okay.
Yep. Look at that though. Every time it hands to Makoto, you're gonna have to see
The
flippin'
handwriting is
Hifumi's.
obviously
I know
different,
I'm so
wouldn't you say?
rough.
When you compare it to the blueprints.
There's no way you could think the same person made both of them.
Unless that person made it a point to disguise their handwriting.
No, the differences are bigger than that, I think.
Come on! I'm not smart enough to think of trying to change my handwriting anyway.
No, that's true.
So
He just
Makoto,
burns himself.
Are you saying you don't think Hiro's the culprit?
And he's not the only one. I think Hiro's innocent as well.
What?
Then who was in that Robo-Justice suit? Is it like Hiro said? Was there really someone running around in a second suit?
The suspicious individual hidden within the suit. Go ahead, Makoto. Tell them who it was.
I don't fucking know.
Tell him, Naegi.
Of course, he passes it off to me.
Who was in the Robo-Justice suit?
It was Hifumi.
I feel like if Hifumi was in there,
He would be squished.
there would be like parts of him that would be like bulging out.
Suspicious individual in question. Okay. It was Hina.
It kind of been Hina. Remember, she tried it on and she didn't fit.
Hiro?
Yeah. The hero was the only one who could fit in it. I don't know if you remember.
But we just said that we don't think he's the culprit.
We don't think he made it, but that doesn't mean, like, just because he's in there, you're trying to get at, just because he was in there doesn't mean he's the culprit automatically.
Oh, okay.
I got it!
You got it!
Other than
Hero was the only one who could
I
fit.
can't think of anyone else it could have been. Obviously, he was the one in that particular suit, and we never found any kind of second suit.
Then there can be no doubt. Hiro is the prime suspect.
That doesn't make any sense. You just said Hiro didn't do it.
It makes perfect sense. Hiro was the suspicious individual in the suit, but he's not the culprit.
So what you're saying is...
That's right. The culprit in this case has nothing to do with being in the Robo-Justice suit.
Okay.
What? Now that's a bold assumption. And what reason do you have to make such a statement? You do have a reason, yes?
Of course. But before we get to that, there's something else we need to clarify first. So let's get that out of the way.
Hey, stop trying to boss us around.
Then you do something, Hina. Jesus Christ. Like,
I mean, Byakuba is being a bit annoying. Like, I always was like, ugh, don't boss me around, you nasty. I prefer to be bossed around by Kyoko.
hell yeah.
All things have a proper order.
So what is it? What needs to be clarified?
We must clarify the method of transportation for Taka's lifeless body.
Well, I already knew that.
It would seem that his corpse was moved using certain particular items. Makoto, can you tell us what they were?
You gotta make me do it. Like, is this?
It's because Byakuya honestly doesn't know anything. And needs help.
It was the...
Which one?
Yeah, it was the dolly. Well, the top couldn't have moved him. The top was just, I guess, used to prevent blood from getting everywhere. Like, you can't move him with a top. Unless you drag the top.
So now
I think that's
used your
part
card.
Now
fair.
you...
Okay.
Now I think you use the top. Because it's
They
like...
were a dolly and a tarp, right?
You asked for it, boy!
Bitch, you asked! What's with the attitude?
So, let's see if I can explain. Taka's body disappeared from the equipment room, and then we rediscovered it in the repository. And when we found it for the second time, it was wrapped in a blue tarp, right? It was the same tarp that, up until then, was stored in the equipment room. So the killer must have seen it there and decided to use it when they moved Taka's body. That way, they wouldn't leave any bloodstains while they were moving it.
Okay, that explains the tarp. And the dolly?
Oh, come on, Sakura. Put 2 and 2 together.
Same thing.
They just want Makoto to explain it all.
I'm sure the dolly was in the equipment room when we first found Taka's body there. But when the body disappeared, so did the dolly. Later, when Taka's body reappeared in the repository, so did the dolly.
In other words, you think they used the dolly to move the body, am I right? But are you sure you are not mistaken?
Huh?
Are you absolutely positive the dolly was in the equipment room when we found Taka's body? That dolly was made specifically for moving large objects between the repository and the art room. It would be very strange indeed to discover it had made its way to the equipment room. Is it not possible that it was in the repository all along, and you simply didn't realize it?
That's butt on the wheel, bitch.
That's what she's getting at. You gotta prove her wrong.
She's
You
raised
just
an
gotta think like
objection?
everyone
How
else
do
is
you
stupid.
respond?
There is no shame in being wrong. Nobody expects much from you anyway.
Oh, bitch.
Wow.
Wow.
We have
Yeah,
all
she's
accepted
savage.
the fact that you rarely understand what is going on around you.
But
Aside from the fact that he solved the past 2 cases.
that's what I was gonna say,
And
like,
he's literally
bitch.
explaining everything.
It's like, bitch, just because
Sure,
of me
Celeste,
that you're
sure.
not dead. Like, okay. Well, I've never had anyone sound so nice while being so mean. Maybe I can change their mind. I can just explain to them why the dolly must have been moved from the equipment room to the repository. Oh.
Yeah, you better listen so that I know what it is.
Ugh.
Oh no.
Reloading.
I feel like you were on gentle logic though, because it only gave you one thing for the first argument. But yeah. So down the
You
bottom,
have it
those little
wrong.
bullets.
I cannot
Yeah,
agree.
and then press like
You are a
tab.
fool.
So you press like right,
So
left,
pathetic.
tab.
Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you,
See?
you
Okay.
miserable
There you
wretch.
go.
Still very hard to track, though.
You're
I
getting the
cannot
hang of
agree.
it.
Well,
You are a
luckily the
fool.
bullets are
Lies
down
will
there
get you
near the bottom.
nowhere.
So like,
Ah, my
Do
eyes
your
hurt.
worst.
if
you
you're running
miserable
low,
wretch.
just press tab to refill it a bit.
You have it wrong.
Oh god,
I
I don't
cannot
remember what to
agree.
do. I don't
You
remember
right,
what to do
left,
with this.
agreement.
So pathetic.
Like when you focus, you
Lies
can
will
just
get
like
you
rapidly
nowhere.
click,
Do your worst.
and you don't
Away
have to
with
worry
you,
about bullets.
I don't
you miserable
know what's
wretch.
going on.
I cannot agree.
I,
This should prove
I
it.
don't think I did anything. I was
No,
just
you did
clicking
it.
at
You did
random.
it right.
You did it. You did it right. That was like
I
near
didn't remember
perfect.
what button to
Proof that
push
the
when
dolly
it
moved.
push when
I
it
have
went
it right here.
when it went into the fucking negative bar where you couldn't see the shit.
Space.
Did I have to hold space? Because I pressed space, but
Yeah,
I
yeah.
wasn't
You have to
holding
hold it, and then you can click as much as you want.
it. No.
When I found the dolly in the repository, one of the wheels had a blood stain on it. There was a pool of blood in the equipment room with a tire mark in it that matched the dolly wheel's tread. The killer probably rolled the dolly through the blood on accident as they wheeled the body out of the room. And as the blood dried on the tire, they moved the body into the repository. So there's my proof that the dolly was used to move Taka's body.
Man, her face is really freaking out.
She's just angry that flippin' Makoto proved her wrong.
Yeah.
It's like,
Jesus,
dare
this must
you.
really hate me that much.
Well, anyway, that was
Yeah.
just something we had to get out of the way. Let's get back to the main subject.
Yeah,
the subject of how Robo-Justice didn't do it. Because if it's not a killer robot, then what kind of robot is it?
I'm not sure that really matters.
I'd be happy to explain why the occupant of the suit couldn't possibly be the killer. If you look back on how the body was transported, it will become immediately obvious.
They had to bend over, right?
Yeah, they had to bend over.
Look at how the body.
Because there was no handle.
Could have just kicked it, but yeah. They still had to get the body on.
Yeah,
there.
I think you're definitely on like gentle logic because you're only getting one bullet loaded in.
As
So
you
maybe
know,
we already
Taka
changed
was
that.
killed in the equipment room. And from there, the body was moved to the repository, correct?
Yeah, the culprit wrapped the body in the tarp, then loaded it onto the dolly
I
and
guess
wheeled
that
it
would
off,
be the
right?
thing.
Now, keep in mind that the dolly doesn't have a handle.
Oh god.
Well, yeah,
Which one is
but
it?
even without a handle, all
Just
you'd
let
have
it go
to
through
do is
because there's
bend
still
over.
That
like.
one.
Then
Yep.
you could push the dolly
Damn
no
it.
problem.
You bitch! You're such a bitch! How dare you?
Sorry, I don't think I...
How dare you make me miss?
And from there...
Fucking Hina.
Then loaded it on.
Now, keep in mind that...
Well, yeah, but all you'd have to do is bend over.
No,
I thought you missed again somehow.
That would be a Remy move to miss the easy ones and
You're
get the hard
absolutely
ones.
right. You could push a dolly without a handle if you stoop down low. But if you were wearing that suit, do you think you could actually get into a position like that?
What do you mean?
Think back to what you said when we were all checking out the suit together. Remember?
Oh, sorry. I'm glad as a bat in here. Can't see my feet at all. I'm surprised you got out anywhere in this thing. I'm telling you, it wasn't me. And not to mention, you totally can't bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
When you're in that suit, not only can you not see your feet, but you can't even bend at the waist. Am I right about that?
Now that you mention it, yeah.
It seems like it'd be awfully hard to push that dolly if you couldn't bend over.
Well, what's to stop you from simply pushing the dolly with your feet?
You can't see your feet,
When
dumbass.
you can't even see your feet? You really think someone could kick the dolly all that way?
Yeah, it'd be totally impossible. Not that I can say for sure myself.
On top of that, if you were wearing such a rigid, cumbersome suit, it's very unlikely you would have the dexterity to go about wrapping the body in a tarp.
Well, I mean, isn't that just a matter of taking off the suit when you're ready to move the body?
There's absolutely no chance the costume is taken off to move the body because you can't take it off by yourself. You can never take it off.
You can never take it off. You must be Robo-Justice.
I don't think taking off the
That
suit
would
was
be
an option.
horrific.
If you remember,
I don't know what's up with this thing, but I can't actually get it off. A little help? Why would you make something that you can't take off by yourself? I didn't make the stupid freaking thing.
There's a clasp on the back that's keeping you from getting it off. It's pretty sturdy. I don't think you can get it off on your own. We don't really have a choice. Let's help them.
That's true. It seems impossible to put the suit on or take it off without help.
Then, you really can't take it off by yourself? Hero wasn't just making it up?
Okay, well now I have no fucking idea who did it. My theory is collapsing.
Of course I wasn't making it up.
if he could have gotten it off by himself, I don't think he would have let us see him wearing it. Showing up in the suit was basically an invitation for everyone to suspect it.
No, actually, he didn't show up, if you remember. He was found in the fucking locker. Right?
Yeah, he was shoved in the locker.
Yeah, that's right.
So, it's really, really true that Robo Justice couldn't have moved the dolly?
To be clear, whoever did move the body, it couldn't have been Hero in the robot suit, correct?
No, wait. Just a second, if you please. Have you forgotten about the picture that I took? You all got a good look at it, did you not? The image of Hifumi being dragged away by Robo Justice?
Okay, my theory kind of rules out Hina a little bit, but it doesn't rule out Celeste.
If whoever was in that suit is not the culprit, how do you explain that? Besides, do you remember what the now deceased Hifumi said?
Because she's pretty adamant on trying to prove everyone wrong.
Yeah, Celeste.
Yeah.
I mean, she has a picture, so.
How did you get hurt? What guy? Robo Justice. That's what I decided to call him just now.
So long as those facts exist, the proper conclusion is beyond question.
Never thought I'd be able to do Hifumi voice again.
Yeah, you got a special, like, what am I trying to say? Special
line.
Special cameo? Special
The individual inside the
something.
suit and the culprit are one
I
and
know
the
what you're
same.
trying to say.
It was Hero, without a doubt.
Yeah. Yeah, that's gotta be right.
Hold on a second.
God damn
It's
it,
still
Hina.
far too early to reach that conclusion. Besides, there's no hurry to decide who did it. Before we rush to a verdict, shouldn't we explore every single possibility? Instead of seizing on one viewpoint, the truth is uncovered by analyzing things from every angle.
Perhaps, but where do we go from here?
Let's review this series of unfortunate events from the beginning. Maybe we'll uncover something new.
I see that reference.
What a pain in the ass!
I don't disagree, but our lives are on the line. If this is what it takes, we have to do it.
Plus, maybe we'll get to find out where the heck Kyoko was when everything went down.
All right then, let's take another look back at what happened. I suppose we could start with this morning. 4 of us gathered together in the dining hall. Makoto, Hina, Kyoko, and myself.
Should I listen to this?
Yes.
Okay.
We waited there for quite a while, but nobody else showed up, so we went to look for everyone. That was around 8 a.m.
And as soon as we split up, Kyoko went missing.
Soon after that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room and quickly came to get Makoto and me.
It seems I was unconscious for about an hour after I was attacked by my mystery assailant. I know it was an hour because I remember being attacked a little after 7.
That was when we saw Celeste's picture and discovered that her assailant had been wearing a strange costume. As it turns out, it was Robo Justice.
Oh my god, hearing her fucking say
The
it.
way she says it.
She says it so, like, blunt.
Justice.
Yeah.
Robo Justice.
Oh my god. Fucking Sakura, man.
It also soon
She is
became
very,
clear that this same Robo Justice had abducted Hifumi.
Excuse me, it's Hifumi, not Hifumi. It's Hifumi. I refuse to accept otherwise.
We were soon joined in our search by Byakuya and Toko, and then went on to find Hifumi in the library. He was injured, so we took him to the nurse's office and resumed our search for the suspect. but not long after leaving the nurse's office.
What's wrong?
I saw a shadow, something moving around at the top of the stairs.
When Celeste told us that, we decided to split up and search the second floor. And soon after that,
I saw someone moving around on the 3rd floor, and I yelled out to everyone as soon as I did.
Celeste, what's wrong?
That was a rather intense scream for someone like you.
I saw him, the strange costumed man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so he headed further down into the hallway and disappeared.
and then
Huh?
What was that? That came from downstairs. It must have been...
Hifumi, he's in the nurse's office. This is bad. Come on, we have to go back.
at that point we decided to divide up into 2 groups. Celeste, Hina, and I went back to the nurse's office, while Sakura, Byakuya, and Toko chased after the suspect. When we got back to the nurse's office, we found Hifumi, dead. And that's when we heard the body discovery announcement. I left Celeste and Hina there and headed back to the 3rd floor to let the others know what had happened.
Meanwhile, we had just discovered Taka's body in the equipment room. We must have found both bodies at almost exactly the same time, because we heard the same announcement not long after we discovered his body.
And that's when I told you guys about Hifumi. Then the 3 of us headed for the nurse's office. But right after we left the physics lab, we ran into Celeste, who'd arrived after us, and she told us something very surprising.
Hifumi's body has disappeared.
We rushed back to the nurse's office and saw that she was right.
Then we remembered we'd left Toko passed out in the equipment room, so we hurried back again.
Well, fucking
Toko.
left her there.
Where'd Toko?
This can't be happening. Are we hallucinating all this or something?
But when we got there, we discovered that now Taka's body had also gone missing. Next thing we knew, we were searching the school for 2 missing dead bodies. And after some time...
Celeste informed us that she'd found the bodies, and we all headed to the repository.
Oh, so Celeste found the bodies too. I don't remember that.
Which is where we
Yeah, she
rediscovered
came
the
and she was
corpses.
like-
I think that about covers it.
I see. The whole thing sounds exceptionally complicated. It certainly seems to me that these are not a simple series of connected events.
Okay, well, if that's true, then what?
Rather than a single series of events, I think we have to consider each murder a separate situation. And from there, we can uncover the contradictions surrounding all of them. Now then, let's get started, beginning with what happened to Taka.
Okay. Alright.
Time to
Bullet
argue.
time.
Argue! Oh. This one might be a sucky-uppy bullet. I'm not sure.
Regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in.
No,
Taka
we
came
don't.
last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
Yeah,
It's
this
true
is a
that
sucky
Hifumi
uppy
was killed
bullet.
with Justice Hammer 3.
I don't even remember
While
how to suck
Taka's
up.
death came from a swing
You have
of
to like
Justice
hold
Hammer 4.
the left click
See?
over the
So
statement
it's
that you want to
obvious
suck
Taka
up.
came after.
I hate the sucky uppy bullets.
So what am I
I don't
supposed to
even-
suck up?
Okay, hang on.
I'm assuming I suck up the
You-
second one and shoot the first one.
You have to suck up what order and shoot the numbering.
So, I wonder if or perhaps
I'm just
it was
giving you the
We
sucky uppy
already
ones
know
because
what
they're
order
so
they would kill
frustrating.
them.
Taka came last
I think it's this way.
What makes you say that?
because of the numbering of the
Justice Hammer. No,
Yeah.
that's wrong.
Ugh, it sucks so much.
I know, right?
Hold on. There's no reason to assume that the hammers were used in the same order as their numbers. If anything, that's just another way the killer tried to disguise their actions.
So you're saying the culprit wanted us to think the hammers were used in order, but in reality, Taka was killed before Hifumi? Okay then, let's see the proof.
Evidence that proves Taka was killed before Hifumi. Something that relates to what time he must have died. Oh, okay. Oh, fuck.
Yeah. So it's a good idea to like look at the question and then, unless you see it straight away, like look at the question and pause it so that you can think about it. I think if you press tab, you can look at the question. No? Okay, well... What could fit in those letters? It starts with R. That would tell you about the time that he was murdered.
I don't fucking know.
You could pause it. So what? There was a clue that would tell you about what time he was murdered. There was something on his body.
Oh. Wristwatch?
Yeah.
There you go.
That's what they're aiming for. I would have just called it a watch, but sure, wristwatch works. Game, like, we need the extra letters, obviously.
I just want them to make the player panic. Like, oh, what the heck? I just thought of watch. What are all these words?
I know, right? I just thought of watch.
I was a little overwhelmed with all the letters. I was like, what the fuck?
I would just call it a watch, because I've never called it a
Taka's
wristwatch.
wristwatch. See? Look. It broke with the hands pointing just past 6 o'clock.
It must have gotten broken when he was attacked by the killer. Because as of last night...
Hey, you! How long were you going to keep us waiting?
Taka's irritated voice pierced the air as he stared pointedly at his wristwatch.
It's almost 10 o'clock, you know that? Bedtime for all the little boys and girls!
So if it wasn't broken after 6 last night, then he must have been attacked around 6 this morning.
And that would be his official time of death.
But if that's true, then he was killed well before Hifumi.
And before Celeste was attacked this morning, which happened around 7.
That's right. Taka was killed before any of the other incidents took place.
That simple fact slipped past all of us. We made the wrong assumption about the order of events, all because of those Justice Hammers.
That's exactly why the culprit wrote the numbers on each hammer and had them increase in size. That way, when we saw how they were used in each incident, we'd easily make that wrong assumption.
Now, if Taka was killed around 6, then everyone's alibis for his murder go out the window. Because when he was killed, we hadn't met up in the dining hall yet.
That may be true in the case of Taka's murder. But all of our alibis still hold true for Hifumi's death.
That's right. With him, at least, we're all safe.
Wow! How many times are we gonna have to do that?
Countless.
So many times. You wanna do it. You know you wanna do more of Hifumi voice.
Yeah, I do! Baby, why? Just remember, you gotta do it.
That sounds like you! Like, that would be if Hero was killed, that would be him like, oh, dude.
Oh, dude, oh, no, stop, oh.
No, stop! Just stab, 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 stab.
Oh, it hurts, man.
Son, why you stabbing me?
Oh, that's not cool, bro. That's not cool. It just fades off. Still doing the Jesus. I like how he hasn't said that at all, but we've just given him that characteristic.
It fits him perfectly, though.
It fits him. He like would.
Honestly, yeah. But like, and nowhere in the game does it even hint at him making that type of noise, but we just gave it to him and I love it. Oh, dude. Huh? God, I'm not gonna fucking...
What was that? Oh no, from downstairs.
Dude.
When we heard Hifumi screaming, we were all together. Except for Hiro and Kyoko. Then we all ran down to the nurse's office, and
oh, oops.
That's totally true! We're all in the clear!
Oh, I know! They must have recorded him screaming on a tape or something, then played it later on!
What?
If that's true, where's the tape?
I don't know.
Don't just go making stuff up.
Haha, I'm just pulling things out. Haha.
Come on, you know he's a dumbass. There's no way he would have created a super complicated, intricate suit like that. Also, look at her neck. I never noticed how small it is. It's like, that doesn't really fit the proportions of her body. She looks like a fucking giraffe. Like, if you stare at it long enough.
Don't, like, look at it too closely, because all of them start to look like all of them have long, slim necks.
Oh god.
Anyway,
except Hifumi.
We all have rock solid
except Sakura.
knowledge for when we heard Hifumi scream.
And you can't see Kyoko's neck, so...
And it does not stop there. There was also the moment when we discovered his body had disappeared. When his body vanished from the nurse's office, Hina and I were in the bathroom together, while everyone else was in the equipment room, correct? And then there's the disappearance of Taka's body from the equipment room. At that time, we were all gathered together in the nurse's office because of Hifumi going missing.
Well, don't forget, I was passed out in the equipment room the whole time.
Wait, then what if Genocide Jill did it? She could have dragged Taka's body out of there right then!
Even if she could pull that off, there's no way she could have done the same with Hifumi's body.
It's because Hifumi got up and walked.
Hifumi's body is like...
There were no blood stains with Hifumi, and his glasses were wiped off. So that means he had to get up, and he needed to clear off his glasses, because he couldn't fucking see walking. It's like the only thing that could have happened other than, like, fucking Monokuma just magically transporting his body, which he wouldn't do. So, like...
Because, as we just established, she was passed out in the equipment room when his body disappeared.
Besides, I didn't do either of them anyway.
In
They're
other
not
words,
cute enough for
it is
her.
impossible that any of us could have killed Hifumi or moved either of their bodies. On the other hand, Hiro and Kyoko had disappeared, so they most certainly could have done those things.
So what now, Kyoko?
For now, we can't get fixated on who did it. or we'll just keep going around in circles.
I'm still
I told
incredibly
you he needs
confused,
Kyoko.
but I'm still totally convinced that Celeste had something to do with it. I really hope Kyoko didn't do it, but you know, it's a possibility.
So instead of who, I propose we start talking about how. In particular, I think we need to figure out how Hifumi's body got moved.
Ooh, I know.
That's true. We searched everywhere, but we couldn't figure out how to explain his body disappearing. And according to what Celeste said,
We could not have been gone for more than a minute or two.
So then the killer was able to get in and move Hifumi's body in that short amount of time.
It would seem so.
his body apparently disappeared in the 1 minute her and Hina took their eyes off of it.
In the 1 minute her took their eyes off of it.
But to carry that much weight from the first floor up to the third in that short amount of time?
Much weight.
2 flights of stairs.
Oh man, yeah.
Oh.
There's no way. It'd be impossible.
Plus there were no blood marks.
Well, what if I told you there was a way to make the impossible possible?
Enlighten me, Kyoko.
What? How?
If the dead body were to move itself.
Oh my god, I had no idea!
Makoto's like, what the
The
heck?
dead body moved on its own?
No, not another ghost.
Oh my
I
god.
don't think it has anything to do with the occult. I think what she's implying is, we thought Hifumi was dead, but perhaps in reality he was still alive.
He was alive?
Kira's like, oh, Snickers buzz.
Are you saying Hifumi wasn't carried out of the nurse's office, but simply walked out on his own?
But I mean, we found his body. He was dead.
Perhaps he was simply playing dead.
That it isn't possible.
If either Hifumi was still alive, it's really possible. It was totally possible! Anything is possible in the impossible. Oh, perfect mistwatch, what? Why are we going back to this?
This is another.
Are you saying
I'm
that
pretty
when
sure
you
it's
first
another.
found Hifumi in the
Wait,
nurse's
damn it.
office? There's a chance he was
Hang on.
actually still alive.
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us.
Yeah, this is
Hifumi's
a sucky
dead
uppy
body
bullet.
had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so
Okay, what do I
sure
suck
about
up?
that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Do you want me to tell you what it is?
Yeah, yes please.
You have to suck up someone else's discovery and hit dead body had been found. So you're saying the announcement might have been for someone
Okay,
else.
suck up someone else's discovery.
Yeah. To the last one that Kyoko said.
Are you saying
and
that
then
when we
hit
first
dead
there's a
body being
chance?
found.
No, Hifumi was dead, and you know that. Surely you heard the body. Hifumi's dead body
So I
had
shoot
been
that
found.
one and then I
is-
suck
Are
up
we
what
really
Kyoko
so
said.
sure? Maybe the
Yeah.
announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Grunt, grunt,
Are
boy.
you saying that when we first there's a chance you
No,
I've got
Hifumi
Snoop
was
here.
dead,
I
and
You know
just.
that how?
surely you heard the body discovery announcement. Hifumi's dead body had been found.
No, that's wrong. Was the body discovery announcement that was made really intended for Hifumi?
Of course it was. The announcement played right after we discovered his body.
Maybe. But that was also the same time that Taka's body was found.
That's right. It wasn't long after finding his body that we heard the announcement.
So there's a good chance we've made a mistake in there somewhere. I think we've confused whether the announcement was for Hifumi or Taka.
First of all, if 2 bodies had been found, there really should have been 2 announcements.
Maybe Monokuma simply got lazy and rolled them together into one.
What do you say, Monokuma? Any comment?
Well, it's a very sensitive issue, so I can't go into too much detail. But what I can say about the body discovery announcement is that it's only broadcast when 3 or more people find a dead body for the first time.
That didn't answer our question, man. We're asking if you're a lazy bum.
No, actually, that was plenty.
Huh?
You're just stupid, Hero. You don't understand.
You said it's only broadcast when a body is discovered for the first time. Which means, even if we find the same body again later, he won't make the announcement again. If that's true, then why was the announcement made again later on?
Huh? Later on?
Exactly. We heard the body discovery announcement twice.
Just after Hifumi came back to life. That one, right? He came back to life.
No,
No? Is that that one?
I think it was when both were rediscovered, because it played and then he came back to life, I think.
Was it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I don't remember.
The
it
second
like
time
that.
was when they discovered it
We
again.
heard it a second time in the repository, when we rediscovered the 2 bodies.
Oh, okay.
It didn't seem weird at the time, but it contradicts what Monokuma just told us, doesn't it?
Exactly. If we were actually rediscovering both bodies, the announcement shouldn't have played.
Then in reality, when the 2 dead bodies were rediscovered, one of them was actually being discovered for the first time.
So when we found Hifumi the first time in the nurse's office, he wasn't actually dead yet. Meaning he wasn't actually found dead until we came upon him in the repository.
And that's just part of it. There's one other thing that leads me to believe he was still alive in the nurse's office.
Oh, I know! Because he was super good at playing dead! Bada bing, bada boom!
Okay.
That is the worst logic I have ever heard. But honestly, I do not think there's anything that can prove he was still alive.
Okay then, let's take another look at the events surrounding the discovery of his body. Then it should become clear whether he was really alive or not.
This whole thing is pointless.
Yep. Hifi's glasses. He glasses! My glasses!
Well, here's one thing we do know. The first time we found Hifumi's body was in the nurse's office. And then,
I got my pen!
while me and Celeste were in the bathroom, his body disappeared.
And the next time we saw his body, it was in the repository.
But when you compare his body before being moved and his body after being moved, other than the change in how it was positioned...
Oh, okay. That was wrong.
Yeah, that was wrong.
But that's not the only thing that changed. Okay.
Well,
first time I've
that was
taken-
about the possession she was saying.
I guess
That
I
was
should
just
almost
for
have
the
done
The
position.
first time we found him,
Yeah.
and then
It's
his
the
body
daisy.
And the next time, it was in.
But when you compare his body before,
Other than the change in how it was positioned, there was no notable difference.
There you go.
Then
It was that one.
Was he really?
of course
Man,
not.
all I had
It
to
is
do was
impossible.
wait one
Because
more line.
that one was. You just went like
Well,
one
here's
too
one.
early.
The first time we found him, and then his body disappeared.
And the next
You had
time,
the
it
right
was
idea.
in.
But when you compare his body before, other than the change,
There was no
notable difference.
No, that's wrong.
That's wrong!
In fact, there was one clear difference between Hifumi in the nurse's office and the repository. His glasses. That fact alone proves that he was only playing dead in the beginning.
Perhaps you'd like to fill the rest of us in?
When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered with blood. But when we found him again later in the repository, they were spotless. And I found the item he used to wipe them clean in the nurse's office trash can.
You really gonna make me click it? Okay.
Yeah, you have to find that. He can't just be like, bam! You have to be like,
I got it!
Here it is!
It was a glasses cleaning cloth featuring a certain cartoon mascot. One look at the bloodstain on the cloth should make things clear. This piece of cloth was used to wipe Hifumi's glasses clean. And the mascot on the cloth is the same one that's on the digital camera, right? And whose digital camera was it? Hifumi's, of course.
The character was Princess Piggles from Demon Angel Pretty Pudgy Princess, I think.
You gotta say it fast.
Good
just
job
like
on
Hifumi.
remembering that.
You gotta say it fast, just like Hifumi would. It's Princess Pickles from Demon Angel Pretty Pudgy Princess!
It's kind of impressive that she remembered it in the first place.
I know, right? This fucking airhead.
I highly doubt anyone but Hifumi would have brought something like this to school.
I see your point. And the only people here who wear glasses are...
I wouldn't be caught dead using a tacky piece of garbage like that.
A few tissues is all I need to keep my glasses clean.
Then there's no question. It belonged to Hifumi.
So what you're saying is... What exactly?
He's like trying to sound smart, and he's like, "Yeah, I have no idea."
What I'm saying is, the
okay, what?
was wiped away using his own glasses cleaning cloth.
Even if that is true, it does not mean he wiped the blood off himself.
But who would benefit from a clean pair of glasses other than the glasses owner?
That's a good point.
Then it must have been him, right?
So let's assume that Hifumi was still alive in the nurse's office. He pretends to be dead. Then when he's alone, he wipes his glasses clean so he can see. Then he stands up and walks out on his own 2 feet. And with that, the impossible task of moving his copious corpse becomes possible, wouldn't you say?
But then, if he was just pretending to be dead, what was with all that blood? Was it paint or something?
The fridge in the nurse's office contains packs of blood for emergencies. He probably used one of those.
He figured if he was gonna play dead, he should go all out, so he just dumped it everywhere!
Okay, you're just gonna not show a pack of empty blood. Okay.
No, I think he probably put it in the bin.
But he got crazy with it and had to wipe his glasses off when he was done! God, what an idiot!
And if Hifumi was still alive at that point, the disappearance of Taka's body is easily explained. It should be perfectly obvious who must have moved Taka's corpse.
It was Taka! Wait, so Hifumi moved him? Interesting.
Yep.
I got it! It could only have been Hifumi.
While we were all gathered in the nurse's office, he went to the equipment room and took Taka's body.
That also explains how the door to the repository got locked.
The door was Well, after the bodies disappeared, we all went looking for them, right?
So that explains how it got unlocked too, because he got up, he unlocked it, then laid back down. Okay?
So me and Sakura headed for the repository. But when we got there, the door was locked.
And the repository door can only be locked from the inside. Which means, when Hina and Sakura got to the repository, someone was already inside.
And it could only have been Hifumi, who just finished stashing Taka's body there.
He convinced us all he was dead, and when he saw his chance, he dragged Taka's body to the repository. So, Hifumi wasn't just another victim in this case. He was one of the assailants.
But that means he took part in the murders.
I just can't believe it.
If you're having trouble, would you like me to show you one more piece of evidence?
Look at that little smile.
Yeah, she cute.
That's
Cute.
smile.
Oh, absolutely. The single biggest fact pointing to his involvement has yet to be revealed. You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The item he took off of Taka's lifeless body?
Again. This one?
Yeah.
This one.
That's what Hifumi had.
I got it! You're talking about the note Hifumi had hidden away, aren't you?
In his fucking pants.
Hidden note?
That's right. We found it stuffed in his pants.
What? In his... pants?
Of course she says that.
Oh yeah. She's like, what?
His pants.
Okay, well...
The
forget
way
about the
she
pants.
said it.
Take a look at what the note says.
How'd she say
She's
it like
like-
that?
She's like, ah, yes, his pants. That's just so obvious. Like, ah.
Found a hole maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. That's me in the equipment room at 6 a.m.
That's the note I was telling you about. The one that told me where to go. Huh? Wait, this one's a little different. In my note it said, Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m.
I see. Then this note isn't the same one Hiro got.
It's not the same?
In other words, the killer got in touch with another person besides Hiro. And that person could only have been...
Taka. It's me!
It's Hifumi's pants!
it's his pants!
Hifumi got in contact with his own pants!
I knew it! It was the pants all along! God damn it! Oh my god.
I got it!
Is
That's
Taka.
right! Taka! The killer used this note to draw out Taka and murder him.
Hello? Over here! Objection! Objection! I don't really understand what's
Objection.
going on, but Hifumi had that letter, right? So whoever wrote it wasn't drawing out TikTok, they were drawing out Huffy!
It's a lie.
Just to be clear, TikTok is Taka and Huffy is Hifumi, right?
Ugh! Yes! Why must you ruin it every time?
You SOB! What does that even mean? SOB, son of a
What?
bitch?
Yeah, I think that's what it means.
Oh, okay. Man, Genocide Jack is seriously scary, but still. Can't let her get to me. Excuse me, it's Genocide Jill. But okay. Oh god.
Do you want to know which one it is?
Yeah, it's it pulls.
Huffy had the note, right?
You have to use the broken wish.
And the person it was intended
What?
for
The what?
must have been Huffy!
Okay.
But remember what the note said. What time did it say to meet?
6 a.m., I believe.
The time doesn't matter. The note has nothing to do with TikTok.
Is it that one, I guess? Yeah.
Yeah.
Seems like it's that
So
one.
pretty much you're trying to say, like, the note said 6 a.m.
But remember,
His
what
watch
time
said
did it-
6 a.m.
6 a.m. The time doesn't matter. The note has nothing to do with TikTok.
No, that's wrong.
It's wrong.
No, that's wrong!
No, there absolutely is a connection.
Just hear her tongue blaring out.
What the hell are you talking about?
The note said to meet at 6 a.m., which is the same time Taka was murdered. We've already proven that using his wristwatch. But there's more. Look where the note says to meet. The equipment room, right?
Which is where Taka was killed. I see.
So, Taka was murdered at both the time and place written in the note.
I'm sorry, but like, her saying "I see" just reminded me of when I was talking to Taka in the free time event, and he was like, "I was blind once, but now I see."
I was once blind, but now I see!
I don't know why that popped in my head, but it just did.
You just wanna fondly remember Taka.
I only remember it in Mina's voice now. So I heard it in the way Mina said it.
I love voicing Taka. I think he's probably actually one of my favorite voices. Him and Toko.
The
Like,
female is
Taka and
definitely my
Toko are
favorite.
both fun.
Hero was fun, but I don't know. Other than the I didn't really have much to add to his voice. Oh,
I think that should be plenty to show that this note was definitely meant for Taka.
Well, when you put it like that...
For being an intricate murderer that thinks out all of your actions, you're pretty stupid thinking that. Like,
No further objections!
I laugh. I love her.
Oh my
Then
god.
someone used that note to
she's so
trick
great.
Taka. Just the same as me.
Sorry.
The culprit really is a cold-blooded monster. Telling people they found a way out.
But if they gave the note to Taka, what was Hifumi doing with it?
Stuffed down his pants, no less!
Most likely, Hifumi stole it off Taka's corpse after he died.
Huh? He stole it?
Where's your proof? Go ahead, show us.
God damn it.
I got it! When I searched Taka's body, I saw that his lifeless hand was gripping a small scrap of paper.
Thanks for clarifying that it was lifeless. Thank you.
Yeah. We really needed that detail.
If I'm right about this, the sheet of paper this piece came from is... I knew it! It fits perfectly with the note we found hidden on Hifumi.
No, really.
Whoa, I would have never guessed.
Then
Mind blown.
Taka's scrap and Hifumi's note.
Yes, Hina, yes. Piece it together, yes. You're almost there.
Yup, they're from the same piece of paper.
Aw, man, you didn't let her finish. She was so close. Come on, let her have it.
Hifumi had the note meant for Taka, while Taka's corpse still grasped a small piece of that note. There's only one way to explain it.
Taka died clutching the note. Hifumi tried to free the note from his death grip, leaving behind only one small scrap. Did I get all that right?
Carter. It is
What?
adorable. He's talking about the crocheting thing that Remy posted before.
Is he? I completely missed it.
Oh, well, he literally just messaged it. So.
Yeah. Carter would love, like, a Pokemon crochet.
Oh, I know, it would be so cute.
That means Hifumi knew the note was important.
Exactly. Which proves that he was an accomplice in the murder.
Whoa.
Whoa! Whoa!
For sure.
Dude, I love how we all just talked over his line. That was great.
I don't know, just like his whoa wasn't like whoa enough.
I know. Whoa, dude. Oh my god. And then there's a stupid fucking face and that stupid grin. Like, oh god.
In fact, he was behind the whole thing. In fact, he's still alive.
No, there was a death announcement. But, I mean, I did say that.
Sorry, no. When we found him in the repository, Hifumi was truly and completely dead.
No, that's a lie. He came back to life.
Yeah, well, that was like a miracle of Hina's flippin' magic tears.
He's like, oh my god, 3D! It's not as bad as I thought it was.
She had the tangled Rapunzel tears.
3D!
Oh my God, yeah, she really did.
Not as bad as I thought it would be, but I still prefer 2D.
The second body discovery announcement proves that.
So then, who killed Hifumi?
Whoever did is the mastermind, the true killer.
These are really cute.
He
I'm
was
gonna be so
killed in
upset.
the repository. So he must have been killed not long after transporting Taka's body.
So, he must have been killed after Taka's body vanished, but before we found both bodies in the repository.
During that time, we'd all split up and were searching for Taka's missing body. In other words, during that time, none of us have alibis.
Wait, but me and Sakura were together.
Together. Oh my god, that pose she's in right now definitely looks like a fucking giraffe neck.
Oh, what?
Trying to steal the spotlight, you
A
stupid
giraffe neck.
walrus.
Oh, giraffe.
Who are you calling
Stop
a
thinking
walrus?
about it.
I can't now that I've seen it.
She's got a really skinny neck.
Yeah.
Anyway, when they were killed bothers me too. But there's something that's been
I got
bothering
my
me
pen.
even more.
Yay!
And what might that be?
The weapon they used to kill Hifumi.
The weapon?
Yeah, because I mean, according to the Monokuma file, the way Taka and Hifumi were killed was almost the same, with them having similar fractures and all. But Justice Hammer 3 and 4 were still laying around in the nurse's office and equipment room, right? So if Hifumi was killed in the repository, the culprit would
He
have had
can't
to
figure this
grab
one
one
out.
of the hammers, kill Hifumi, then put the hammer back where they found it. But wouldn't that be seriously risky for him?
I'm surprised. It seems there's some semblance of a brain knocking around that skull of yours after all.
Jeez.
Oh my god.
Oh, a semblance of a brain. He's like, aha, I have a brain.
Oh my god. It's like, Byakuya's kind of growing on me just a little bit just because of how fucking sassy he is. Like, damn, Byakuya, you're so sassy.
Hell yeah, it's packed in there good and tight.
He's right, though. I don't understand it either. The Monokuma file makes it clear that they were killed using similar instruments. But if the hammers were already laying around those other rooms...
So the question is, how could the culprit have gotten their hands on either of the hammers? Personally, I haven't a clue.
So which hammer was used to attack Celeste? Number 1 or number 2?
Why are you smiling like that? Okay.
Those were accounted for in other rooms too. And I don't think either one is big enough to kill someone.
Then,
Is it not possible they used a different weapon?
I don't think it is possible. They were both killed with the same kind of thing, right?
So then, what was used to kill Hifumi?
I don't know.
So this was the washed hammer.
Oh, okay.
What was used
The one
to
that
kill
he's like, oh, it's
Hifumi?
wet.
Was it Justice Hammer 3? Maybe Justice Hammer 4?
Well, whatever it was, there's one thing we have to figure out. How was the culprit able to move around so freely with the weapon? How did nobody witness them carrying it?
Sounds like a Justice Hammer 5 is about to make its appearance! Check out murdergear.com/hammertime for more info!
Well, one thing seems pretty clear. The murder weapon had to be one of the Justice Hammers! And, that's about it.
I'm assuming I shoot that last one.
Yeah, the Justice Hammers one.
What was used? Was it just maybe Justice?
Well, there's one. How was the culprit? How did nobody...
Sounds like a Justice Hammer! Check out murdergear.com!
Well, what? The murder weapon had to be one of the Justice...
No, that's wrong. The murder weapon wasn't a Justice Hammer at all. No, it was something completely different.
Whoa, Makoto, thank you.
But, seriously? A different weapon?
Specifically, a hammer from the repository. The killer could have easily used that to kill Hifumi. Now, all the hammers in the repository were covered in flecks of grit and debris. But for some reason, one of them had been scrubbed clean.
Huh?
Mina, you okay there? Your brain's surviving.
And the reason it had been scrubbed clean was most likely because it was used to commit murder. If the hammer got covered in Hifumi's blood, of course they'd have to clean it off. I'd also like to point out that the repository has all kinds of hammers. Big ones, small ones, and even some flat mallet-like ones. I think whoever made the Justice Hammers used those as a basis for their design.
If that's true, that would explain the Monokuma file's note about the wounds being similar.
So Hifumi moved Taka's body to the repository, where someone then used a hammer to kill him.
And whoever did that is the true killer. The one Hifumi was working with. And the one who betrayed him.
Hold on a moment. I still think it's strange to assume someone was working together with him. The way the graduation rule works, there is no benefit to helping someone else carry out a murder. So the idea that anyone would work together like that is simply ludicrous. We talked about this, did we not?
Did talk about how there wouldn't be any reason for anyone to work together. At least that's what we thought at first, but... Oh god, okay. Is this the sucky up one?
This one's a sucky uppy bullet.
God damn it.
Based on the rules that have
Good
been laid out for
luck.
us, Even
Do you
if
want
more
me
than
to
one
tell you what it
person
is?
assisted in the murder,
Yes.
I'll let you have a look and then I'll
only
tell
the
you.
one who actually carried out the act can graduate and survive. Assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that two people work together on this.
That is how the rule was explained to us.
But that only really applies if there's one murder, right? In this case, however, there were 2 murders.
Okay, I guess I shoot impossible on the 2 murders.
Yep, you have to get 2. You figured it out. You have to suck up 2 murders and then shoot impossible. You got it yourself.
Oh, I have to suck up 2 murders.
Graduate, assuming the rule holds true.
That is.
But that only really
I'm so
applies
proud
if
because
there's-
the
in this
sucky happy
case,
ones
however,
suck.
there were
You
2
got it.
They were so difficult with only 2 of them. Damn, man, that was hard.
Based on the
It's
rules
still
that
like
even
you
if
can
more
still
than
be
one
like
person-
shoot
only
one
who
with the
actually
other,
carried
like
out the
get
act
it wrong.
can grad-
Like they
assuming the
really
rule
just.
holds true.
It kind of sucks that you have to shoot something that was said before with something that was said after.
Yeah.
Since there were
So it
2
doesn't really
murders,
make sense.
it's at least
Yeah.
plausible that more than one person was involved.
What do you mean?
If there'd only been 1 murder, then yes, the idea of an accomplice isn't really worth considering. Naturally, if only 1 person can be saved per murder, an accomplice has no risk versus reward benefit.
Risk versus reward benefit?
The payoff for working together. The reward that balances out the risk of taking part in a scheme. There's no point in being someone's accomplice if there's no benefit to you. However, if there were some potential mutual reward for the risk, then cooperation becomes possible.
You're saying that 2 people could act as each other's accomplices to commit 2 separate murders.
That's
I
what
think
I was
that's what the
saying.
true killer told Hifumi. They would each have an accomplice for their crime. And based on the case's events, Hifumi would have been the first one to act, murdering Taka. They made him carry out the first murder so he couldn't back out of helping them later on.
So in this case, there wasn't one single person committing multiple murders. Instead, each person killed someone, creating 2 separate incidents. And it only looked like one person because that's how the true killer designed it to look. A single suspicious individual, a similar weapon used in each crime, disappearing bodies. By creating one seamless set of circumstances, they made it look like one person was behind it all.
The mastermind picked their target and managed to convince him to go along with their plan.
Yeah, it was Celeste. Okay, so it wasn't Hina after all. But it was definitely Celeste. Like, we saw how she had influence on him making tea before. Like, damn.
And then, to avoid the no accomplices rule, they simply killed their accomplice.
It still doesn't really explain where Kyoko was, but my eyes are set on Celeste.
Which, if
I'm
true,
so happy
means
I
that
got my
betraying
pet.
Hifumi was part of the plan from the very beginning.
That's just awful. How could anyone be so cruel?
You think so? I can't help but admire its cunning. Still, their choice of accomplice seems odd.
Just because he was easily convinced. Effort made to convince us the 2 murders were the same, and that was the main characteristic this time. Kyoko must have noticed the fact from the very beginning. Which is why she said not to look at this as a series of connected events, but entirely separate incidents. Kyoko really is amazing. Although, when you think about it, she's almost too amazing. Like, it's almost that face. So it's unnatural how good she is at this.
I understand how an accomplice could be involved, but then who was the one pulling Hifumi's strings?
That's problem numero uno right now.
The true killer manipulated Hifumi to carry out a number of actions and in the end murdered him. And the debates up till now, the way the case has unfolded, when you consider all that, there's really only one person who seems to fit. Oh. I'm choosing Celeste, it's right?
Yeah.
I knew it.
Here's my answer. It was Celeste.
Ah, so I'm the suspicious individual now, am I? I really do hate this kind of joke.
A joke? I wonder.
Look
So
at
what
them
you are
right
saying,
next to
then,
each other.
is that I specifically chose to work together with Hifumi. The idea
Two
that I
savages.
would choose to spend any amount of time interacting with him, that I would go within 10 feet of that shit for brains, that lazy, worthless goddamn idiot!
Oh, her accent disappeared.
Pardonnez-moi.
Just to be clear, there is evidence to support it.
Is that so?
It is. Throughout the investigation, there was certain behavior that was common only to the two of you. Considering what we've learned so far, it only further proves that the two of you were working together.
What is it that only Hifumi and Celeste had in common? Screaming.
The paper in Hifumi's pants!
The pants! It was the pants
It's
all
the
along.
pants!
It was the pants.
Celeste, quick, check your pants! You've got paper in there!
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, what if she had, like, the note meant for Hero in there?
I got it!
Quick, check your pants.
The behavior they had in common has to do with the suspicious individual in the suit, doesn't it? The only ones who ever actually saw Robo Justice firsthand were Celeste and Hifumi.
Shush. The adults are talking now.
Jeez.
Bro!
I know, right?
That was uncalled for.
Sorry.
Look,
As
I was
he
just like,
said, only
okay, I'm
Celeste
sorry,
and
I'm a
Hifumi
child.
ever laid eyes on the costumed individual. If we accept that Hifumi was one of the culprits, we can't help but suspect what Celeste has said as well.
Are you saying everything they told us was a lie?
After taking Hifumi to the nurse's office, we all began our search for this individual, correct? And not too long after that, do you remember what Celeste said?
No, I don't. Oh.
I saw a shadow and all this again that I said a million times.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
no.
We've seen it like 5 times already.
It's-
But she was the only one that saw it. She was trying to divert everyone.
We headed to the second floor specifically because of what she claimed to have seen. Next, to draw us all to the physics
I
lab
think,
up on the third floor.
I think after this trial, Makoto's just gonna have, like, trigger words that trigger the flashback of Celeste being like, I saw the suspicious individual! He went that way!
Oh my god.
She's like,
Oh, the
I
flashbacks.
saw him.
It's like Vietnam all over again.
She let out a blood-curdling scream.
And when we'd all
Yeah,
come to
count.
see what was wrong, what was it she said?
Yep.
Celeste, what's wrong? Blah, blah,
See, here it
blah.
is again!
It was time for her partner to get to work.
She's also gonna flashback to Hifumi's scream.
I always have to do the scream in honor of
It was to
Hifumi.
get us to divide into 2 groups. So that we would discover both bodies at the same time?
In fact, Celeste was precisely the one who proposed that we split up.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, if Celeste and Hifumi were working together, all those chance events suddenly become connected. And on top of that, that piercing cry of yours early on. That was to signal Hifumi, wasn't it? It was your way of telling him, we're on the 3rd floor, everything's going according to plan. Why else would you let out a scream that could have carried across the sea?
Didn't seem that loud to me, but okay, yes.
I just realized another strange thing. When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, who we now know was only pretending to be dead,
I certainly was not expecting peace. I did not imagine that Hifumi would be murdered.
Celeste, you were the first one to say he'd been murdered. You wanted to make sure we wouldn't have any doubt in our minds.
I don't believe it. Everything. The whole thing was one big act.
Hina, you were with Celeste when Hifumi's body disappeared, right?
Yeah. I was feeling kinda sick, so Celeste took me to the bathroom. Wait! Then that was...
She wasn't worried about you. She just saw a chance to help Hifumi sneak out of the nurse's office.
Each piece isn't much by itself, but start putting them together and the picture gets very ugly indeed. Wouldn't you agree, Celeste?
I have no idea what you mean.
Don't bother trying to deny it. You made one fatal mistake.
Oh, did I?
I didn't even catch it myself when you first said it, but looking back, I can say that one little slip-up was your undoing.
Savages.
What are you talking about?
Right next to each other.
I'm talking about what you said after Hifumi's body disappeared and we returned to the nurse's office.
They must be really enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around frightened and confused. We're all going to die here.
Yeah, because she's always had this, like, attitude of, like, oh, adapt, whatever. And then she just says we're gonna die here. Like, that's a little out of character.
We are all going to die just like those guys died.
I remember her saying that too, but I don't understand what's so strange about it.
Then pay attention. Sakura, Toko, and I were first to discover Taka's body in the equipment room. Then Makoto showed up and told us Hifumi had been killed, so Sakura and I left with Makoto. Once we were in the hall, we ran into Celeste, and the four of us headed to the nurse's office. Now, the entire time we were together, none of us said anything about Taka being dead.
Oh shit, I didn't even catch that. Okay.
Think about it. Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. It was completely out of place.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about. Although I
Do
don't
you?
really get what it means.
Oh my god,
You
hero.
hear that, Celeste? Everyone's having some trouble understanding. Could you repeat what you said? If you're really not the culprit, you shouldn't have any problem repeating it, right?
Yeah, okay, I said this last comment doesn't make any sense, but what is he alluding to? Oh, really? Am I gonna have to sucky?
Yeah, this is gonna be a sucky-uppy bullet.
God damn it.
All I said was... They must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. They must be positively elated. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those guys died. And that is all I said.
I don't
And
fucking
that's
know.
all it takes
All?
to finish
Do I
this.
shoot
It's
all
obvious,
at
isn't
those
it?
guys or
What was
something?
so strange about Celeste's
Oh.
comment?
There's one more. So, which one do I suck up?
You suck up so strange. You have to, like, pretty much the statement that's strange, you have to blast with the so strange to prove that, oh, that was strange of you to say.
So I shoot up so strange at those guys died or something?
Yep.
Okay.
All I said, they must really be enjoying the sight of us. They must be. We are going to die. And that is all.
And that's all it takes to think. What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
Sucky! I sucked it.
All I said, they must
sucked
really
it
be
good.
enjoying the sight of us. They must be. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those.
No, that's wrong.
That's actually right. That's what she said. But okay.
That's right. There's no reason Celeste should have said, just like those guys died. When she said that, none of us had told her Taka was dead.
Exactly. And we didn't run into her until after we were all out in the hall.
That's you.
I'm sorry. I went to go mute, but then I sneezed.
It's fine. Bless you.
So there was never any
Thank you.
chance for her to have seen his body in the equipment room for herself.
So how did you know, Celeste? How did you know more than one person had been killed? And how did you know they were both guys? Because Kyoko had also disappeared, right? So she could have been dead too.
Uh-oh.
You all have such vivid imaginations. You know that?
Imaginations.
You claim that I was lying when I told you about the suspicious person I saw. Then what about the picture I took?
It was staged.
How do you explain this picture of the costumed villain dragging Hifumi away?
It has to be some kind of setup, right? So let's put the suit on, and then she used the camera's timer to set up the picture.
Have you so quickly forgotten? You are the only one who could have possibly fit into that suit. Plus, I happen to know that this particular camera does not have a timer. In other words, it is an unassailable fact that this is a picture of Hifumi being dragged away. If everything I told you was a lie, how can this picture exist?
Simple. Are we sure that's really a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away?
That's what I was saying. It doesn't look like he's being dragged away. It kind of looks like he's leaning on Hifumi.
What could you possibly mean by that?
Surely there are other explanations than the one you've offered up.
No, there is no other explanation.
Okay. I give up. You win. Said easy. Other explanations. There wasn't a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away. The only other possibility is they were dancing! It was the pants!
They were definitely dancing. Because Hifumi had been drinking.
It's that one, right?
Well, the other two don't really make sense, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that one.
It's not a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away. I would say it's a picture of Hifumi dragging the suspect away.
That's certainly within the realm of possibility. The one being dragged off in that picture isn't Hifumi, but the person in the robot suit. We've simply been led to believe that it's the other way around.
See, Carter didn't even have to talk during this, and he bailed on us anyways.
And the
okay.
strange costume might only exist to lead us astray even farther.
This is girl time. No boys allowed.
If you saw someone
Chapter
wearing something like that
3
in
is
this
girl time.
situation, of course you'd notice and be suspicious.
That's what happened! You put me to sleep and made me out to be the bad guy in all this!
Such a thing is utterly impossible. Hifumi was dragging him away? Ridiculous.
Is it? I don't think it's ridiculous at all.
Then shut your mouth and allow me to educate you.
Oh shit. Celeste thinks she can prove that there's no way Hifumi was dragging the suspect away. But is that really possible? So, is this another Saki? I don't know.
No. No, it's not another Saki.
You dressed me
Which
up
one
in
is
that
it?
suit after I passed out! Then you just draped me across Hifumi
It's
and
the
had him carried
Robo
away.
Justice costume.
You tried to make me look like the bad
Thank
guy!
you.
Like I said, ridiculous. As you can see in the picture, the suspect is standing perfectly upright. If the person inside the suit was unconscious, there's no way they could stand
I'm
up
shooting
straight
that
like
one.
that.
Then the
Yeah.
fortune-telling idiot is the culprit after all.
No way!
Because he
You
can't
dressed me up in
bend.
that, then you just draped me. You tried to make me look.
Like I said, as you can see in the picture, if the person inside the suit, there's no way they could stand up straight.
No,
You're
it's
wrong.
wrong.
It's music,
No.
though.
Even if the person inside the suit were unconscious, they could still stand up like that. Because that Robo-Justice suit had a certain characteristic.
Yeah, we read that before.
That's right! They totally made a mistake when they made it, so it couldn't bend at the waist.
I don't think that was a mistake then.
I'm not so sure that was a mistake. I think the suit was designed from the beginning to be used the way it was.
Oh, her face. Oh, shit.
Celeste and Hifumi took the suit they'd specially designed and stuffed Hiro into it.
Can't they get his fucking body measurements? It's so confusing.
I mean, I feel like he just like passes out stone somewhere.
Just haha, just go take a nap, haha.
Haha. Guys.
Huzzah.
Yeah.
That's how they were able to fake that whole thing.
Whoa, thank you, Makoto.
The point of it all was to make us believe whoever was in the suit was to blame.
Oh shit.
Well then, I suppose this is checkmate.
Noise, I forgot about that. She sounds like an engine.
Vroom, vroom, vroom. See ya!
See you later, guys. I'm out of this hole.
Celeste out!
Don't make me laugh, you idiot! What do you mean, checkmate?
There goes the accent.
Celeste? Clearly! You want to cram me into your little guilty box. Well, there's one little problem. Have you already forgotten what Hifumi told us as he lay dying?
She's trying to put the accent on, but she can't because she's angry.
She's so mad. Hey, Fumi, who was it? Who attacked you? Who tried to kill you?
Who killed me? That's right. I remember the name. Yasuhiro.
When we asked him who had attacked him, his answer was quite clear, was it not?
Celeste.
Her voice.
What's wrong with your voice, Celeste?
He said, and I quote, Yasuhiro.
You didn't say it like he did.
Wait, but my name isn't really Yasuhiro. It's actually Taro.
Okay.
Your confusing statements don't make any sense. You're only making things more complicated.
He did say Yasuhiro, but are we sure he was really pointing the finger at Hiro?
What the hell are you talking about? I'll burn you alive!
Kyoko, what do you mean by that?
Think back to how Hifumi used to talk to us. How did he refer to each of us?
He said people's last
He said for serious a lot.
He said the last names, right?
Yeah, he said, I don't know if you remember that, he would call Makoto Mr. Naegi.
Yeah, Mr. Naegi!
Yeah.
That was my favorite thing to say in his voice. Because I put so much emphasis on the name. Mr. Naegi!
Even when he got angry at Taka for the whole ego thing, he was like, Mr. Ishimaru!
Mr. Ishimaru! Oh my god,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
so loud.
I got it! That's right! Our last names! He called us all by our last names!
Exactly. I know I heard him say Mr. Naegi more than once, for example.
Mr. Naegi!
Mr. Naegi!
So if Hifumi did mean to say Hiro's name, he would have said his last name, Hagakure.
Sure, it was just incidental. By chance, his first name. Indecent?
Don't talk.
Nope.
Random chance. Now isn't that a convenient explanation? No, there's no reason to think he would have said the name any different than normal. But he must have run out of energy before he could say any more.
So Hifumi was trying to tell us the last name of whoever killed him?
But the name he said doesn't apply to anyone here.
Well, no. Hold on. There's one person it could apply to. And that's Celeste. She never actually told us what her real name is.
It's true.
What did you just say? To think you'd take your false accusation so far, I don't know whether to laugh or spit!
God, I love
The voice
this.
actor is amazing, though.
I know, I was just gonna
She's
say that.
the best.
I was just gonna say that, God, this voice actor is so good, just switching from accent to English.
To craziness.
Yeah.
Come on! Enough with your idiotic blather! Yasuhiro is a loser's name! Do I look like a loser to you? Well, do I?
Dude. Oh my god.
Yasuhira's in the corner like, haha, I'm not a loser.
Oh,
Do
dude,
I
oh.
look like a loser? I'm not a loser.
Oh.
What? I think I've earned the right to be a little on edge.
Okay, then fill us in. What's your real name?
Fine. Make sure your ear holes are wide open and listen up! My real name is Celestia Ludenberg. Could you please stop making me repeat myself over and over again?
Celeste still won't go up, so then I have to do something to make her accept it. What am I doing to make her accept it? Another sucky bullet?
Nope.
Oh. E-handbook? Is that the one I'm using?
Yeah,
Hifumi
if
was
you
trying
remember,
to
your
tell us something.
e-handbook has all your
He wanted
information
us to know the
printed.
killer's last name.
Yeah.
Yasuhiro.
If there's one person here who might have that last name,
It would have to be you, Celeste. You haven't told anyone what your real name is.
How many times do I have to tell you? My name is... Celestia Ludenberg, god damn it!
How long do you plan to go on pretending?
I'm not
I
pretending.
love it when Master yells at
It's the
people.
truth.
What the fuck?
You can tell that was
You
flipping
have
Jenna's
no way to
chat.
contradict me. That's the only truth there is! Moron!
Yeah, well, that's how
You
I was so
just
distracted
imagine
on the
flipping
on the
genocide,
text.
being like,
person here who might have
no,
that
that
last
would
name.
not be yells at
Yeah.
How
people.
many times Celestia Ludenberg!
How long do you plan to...
I'm not pretending. And since
Her angry
You have
voice sped
no
up. Oh
way
my
to
god.
No, that's wrong.
Oh, good.
That's it. The handbook.
What?
Anytime you turn your handbook on, it shows the owner's name when it boots up, right? Monokuma told us all about it before.
Flashback then.
This handbook is absolutely vital to a healthy school life, so don't lose it. When you start it up, it will display your name. Always make sure you have the right one. Now, this is not your everyday notebook. It has so many more uses than that.
So all we have to do is check her handbook, and that'll clear up everything. That's how we can find out Celeste's real name.
That's an invasion of privacy. I refuse to cooperate.
All of this is an invasion of privacy, if I'm correct. But yeah.
Celeste, can you please just tell us what really happened? Please, just tell us.
Even when I'm put in check, it's just my nature not to give up. Because...
That he sounds like a chicken.
Yeah, she can match Genocide Jack when she goes wah, 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 wah.
Oh my god, yes.
They just started chicken farm together.
You never know what might happen.
Fine then. Let me settle it. Let me go over the case again, from the beginning, and shed light on all your crimes. And that'll bring everything to an end.
I want to know her name though. But okay.
It is comic book time.
Oh, what the fuck? Why is the poster there?
I think that is.
That's
like,
in the game
Celeste.
room. Or oh wait, no.
I think that's
Celeste's
Celeste's room, and she has like gothic Lolita sort of things everywhere.
I'm
So
confused.
she's in her room. She's talking to someone.
What does he bring his
You
backpack?
can go the other way. There were more. There were more the other way too.
Chips? This one.
Yeah. It helps if you like hover over the question marks, I think, and it will give you information about what you're looking for.
Time did the call? Okay. So is it the wristwatch or is it?
So this was what time Yasuhiro got called out. Remember, he was earlier than Taka.
So I have to actually look at the time. So it's just.
Yeah. Yeah.
What tells us? Who was it the killer summoned first? Who's Yasuhiro?
Yep.
The question marks definitely help.
Yeah, they help a lot more.
They knocked him out and stuffed him in the robot justice suit to falsify their evidence. And they used a certain item to do it.
So how did they create the evidence? What did they use to make the evidence of Robo Justice being a killer? It's definitely that big boobed poster.
Yeah. What's Justice Hammer? Two?
This is before the Justice Hammers. This is like them setting it up. So this is the picture that Celeste was talking about.
Oh, okay, so the camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a headache. I'm sorry. I'm getting
That's
like real
okay.
slow. Oh my god, his face! What time was Taka supposed to head to the okay, so this is watch.
Taka! Look at you, man.
No! Oh my god. Dude, Hifumi! How could you look so sinister? The Justice Hammer that was used to kill Taka, what number was it? I don't fucking know. 3?
No, that was Hifumi.
4.
Because they wanted to make it seem like Taka was killed last.
Ah, okay. And they're crying. In the library, Hifumi used something to fake the existence of a shadowy criminal. What?
So this was when he got attacked.
This one?
The first time.
Not the first time. This one?
Yeah. Yeah, so that was number 2. That was before they took him to the nurse's office.
Why is he dancing in blood? Oh, because he's spreading out the packet of blood.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Which Justice Hammer was in the office? Okay. Oh my god! Why is Toga suppressed? That wasn't
Because she
Toko
was
at this point.
Toko, and then she saw blood, and then she passed out.
Oh. What? Okay. Bag of chips now.
Definitely a bag of chips.
Okay.
Hey
that's
guys!
it. We did it!
Before anything, the killer persuaded someone to help carry out the murder. And that person was... Hifumi. With their
His
accomplice,
face, sir.
the killer was able to execute a number of otherwise impossible schemes. First, they convinced someone to meet them in the rec room last night at 1 in the morning. That someone they met with was Hiro.
That flipping shadow!
Whoa.
The
Oh my
murderous
gosh!
Hiro intended to pass Hiro off as the prime suspect. So when they met up with him, they drugged him, knocked him out, and stuffed him into the Robo-Justice suit. Next, Hifumi positioned himself to make it look like Robo-Justice was attacking him, while the killer used a digital camera to take pictures of the assault. They did all this just to create evidence that would put the suspicion on Hiro. When they were done with him, they shoved him, still unconscious, into the pool room locker. And then finally, at 6 a.m., they moved into the murder phase of their plan. They called Taka to the equipment room.
Oh god.
Oh,
And that's where Hifumi killed him, making it the scene of
Hifumi,
the first murder.
why? You were supposed to be so innocent, Hifumi.
The murder weapon was Justice Hammer 4, which was left there in the equipment room. The reason Hammer number 4 was used was to create confusion about the order of the crimes. So, next they falsified 2 more assault incidents. For these attacks, the killers pretended to be the victims to solidify Robo-Justice as the suspect. The first fake incident was the attack in the rec room. There, the killers wanted us to see Justice Hammer 1 and the Robo-Justice pictures they'd taken. They wanted to make sure we bought the surprise attack story. The second fake incident was the attack in the library. This time, they planted Justice Hammer 2 and an injured Hifumi to sell us that story. With these 2 incidents, the killers were able to create a certain preconception in our minds. That the suspect was increasing the size of the hammers and attacking people in order as they did. We fell right into their trap and started looking for the suspect based on that. But while we did that, we left Hifumi alone in the nurse's office. This was exactly what Hifumi was hoping for. He took a blood packet from the refrigerator and Justice Hammer 3 and turned the room into a crime scene in which he himself had apparently been brutally murdered. He let out a scream to draw us back, and when we returned, that's what we found.
Not gonna remember the scream this time, Makoto.
Nice.
Meanwhile, the other group that had been out searching found Taka's body at the same time. So when we heard the body discovery announcement, we naturally assumed it was for Hifumi. We left the nurse's office, and Hifumi once again took advantage of the situation. He simply got up and made his escape. When we learned his body had disappeared, we all rushed back to the nurse's office. And once again, Hifumi had the chance he was waiting for. This time, he snuck into the equipment room. He wrapped Taka's body in a tarp and used the dolly to move it all the way down to the repository. That explains how each of the bodies disappeared. But even Hifumi didn't know what the true killer had in mind for their final act.
Look at him there. Just a little cat face.
Their plan all along was to kill Hifumi and get rid of the one person who could betray them. And they did it using an ordinary, everyday hammer from the repository. That should cover everything that happened in this case. And the villain behind it all is...
Oh, okay. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, okay. That was weird.
Celeste!
Just want to
Sorry,
fade it in.
You lose.
I lost? I lost? When was the last time I was forced to utter such words? They hang heavy around my neck.
Then you admit it? You're the killer?
Listen to you, trying to take charge, as if you're my private instructor. I, Celestia Ludenberg. Actually, no. Taiko Yasuhiro is fine.
Taiko?
Interesting.
big
No, she said
reveal.
Taiko, not Taiko.
So, you finally accepted it.
I'm the kind of person, once I've lost, I don't like things to drag on.
Interesting.
You done it.
Really, I got A's across the board even though I think I lost health that one time? Damn.
Yeah, you didn't lose enough health to go down to a B, though.
Mm.
I really want to know how you feel knowing that Hifumi killed Taka.
I'm so upset. Hifumi, why?
Like,
You're
you're
supposed to be my beautiful boy.
Monokuma, I'm ready to begin. Or, no, I suppose this is the end, isn't it?
It is indeed the moment we've all been waiting for. Time to vote, okay? Okay. If you would, please locate your lever and cast your vote.
Really? We need to vote?
And when the votes are tallied,
Yes.
will you make the right choice or the...
Why do we still need to vote?
Because it's a majority vote. So, like, even if you found out the truth, like, if Yasuhiro, Hina, and, like, Kyoko just randomly decided that Makoto was the killer, like, they could get it wrong. It's basically a formality at this point, but once again, you're totally correct! The Blackened this time, the true killer who devised the whole stinking scheme was... Celestia Ludenberg! Or more precisely, Taiko Yasuhiro!
Honestly.
I lost. Well, that sucks. I guess trying to work with someone else was a mistake after all. Hifumi's ineptitude was beyond all my calculations.
I knew it.
So you really did approach Hifumi with this plan. But how did you get him to agree? I can't imagine he would have happily agreed to commit murder. I'm sure she relied on her specialty. Lying.
My specialty? Don't make me laugh. I didn't have to lie to him to agree.
So then...
Then did you use, you know...
I knew you'd figure it out, Kyoko. You're absolutely right. To get Hifumi to act as my accomplice,
Indeed.
I used her.
Oh.
For everyone who's still left, I'll avoid mentioning it by name, but it was the one thing that Hifumi and Taka were both super into.
Does she mean... Don't say it! Okay, she's talking about alter ego? You totally said alter ego before, by the way. Like, out loud. In front of Monokuma. So, like, I'm just putting that out there. Like, he totally said it.
Say what?
What? What? What are you talking about?
Just a second.
Don't interrupt. We're in the middle of a very important conversation here.
I'm totally out of the loop, as usual. How sad.
In other words,
Then you're the one that stole it,
Indeed.
That's right.
I see.
and you used it to drag Hifumi into the plan you'd come up with.
Right again. Last night, after we had our meeting about how it disappeared, I paid Hifumi a little visit.
Oh, what are you doing here? Oh my god, his room.
Actually,
I was hoping I could talk to you alone. It was about what was stolen. I know who did it.
What?
What?
are you okay with this?
It was Taka. He stole it.
What?
So then,
You get to do
And-
more Hifumi voice.
I know.
I have proof. Would you like to see it? As it turned out, I found a use for the digital camera. I'd taken you-know-what to Taka's room earlier and took pictures of it there. I deleted the picture as soon as I'd shown it to Hifumi, of course.
Damnation!
So it was him. But how did he do it? She was supposed to yell if either of us got close to her.
You are correct, which is why Taka forced me to steal it.
Say what?
as
What?
for me,
Please forgive me. He threatened me.
Oh.
He did.
as for me,
He came to my room last night unannounced, and then it's hard for me to even say. He abused me,
What?
What?
and he took pictures. He said if I did not do as he asked, he would show them to everyone. So I had no choice.
Damnation!
That's a crime. An absolute crime. I mean, I knew it got a little crazy, but
Say what?
I never imagined it would go that far. I can't be too loud. Otherwise, I'd put a lot more emphasis into what he's saying.
Oh yeah.
It was amazing how completely he bought it. I can't express how enjoyable that was.
I'm about to say something I've never said before in my life. I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna fucking kill him.
most unfortunate.
Wait, please. If you go now, you will be playing right into his hands.
Huh?
Actually,
Taka is planning to use her to escape. And he has made you his target.
What?
Escape. You know what I mean?
Taka is going to try to kill you.
What?
indeed.
And Ollie. And also he can keep her to himself.
That bastard. Bastard, 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 bastard.
Honestly,
Can we allow him to continue with these barbaric acts?
Absolutely not. How could I? She.
I swear
I have to save her.
actually,
Oh, I skipped it. Damn it.
Then, would you like to join with me? It just so happens I have come up with a plan.
Oh,
I have devised a way to reclaim what he has stolen and escape this dreadful school. And with that, it is complete.
huh? What are you talking about?
Oh, nothing. Hifumi agreed without a second thought. The effect that item had on him was remarkable. The power of love, even a love as twisted as that, can still drive people mad, it would seem. You disgust me. Oh.
I see.
Dang, hero.
I have another question for you. Was that strange costume Hifumi's creation?
indeed.
Yeah, it was a real pain in the butt, too. All I asked him to do was to make something to hide the face and a general body size. I had no idea he'd be making something like that, but it's my fault for picking him in the first place.
But
He got super into it.
So, why'd you decide to make me the suspect? Because you're stupid.
huh?
That's it?
Oh my god.
I thought it's because I have pretty eyes or something. In that regard, I made the right choice. I'm so glad your stupidity surpassed my every expectation. Life must have been tough on your parents, though. I feel I could cry, man.
Well,
But when you were explaining your plan to Hifumi, how did you explain the part about him playing dead?
What she asking is, what was Hifumi supposed to do after that, assuming you had actually let him live?
Are you okay with this?
That's simple. After he did his part and pretended to be dead, once someone showed up, I told him to say he'd been seriously wounded. He was on the verge of death, but he just barely held on. And he really believed that? Well, of course. That wasn't all there was to it. As I explained to Hifumi, the plan was, while you were all questioning him about what had happened to him, I was going to murder someone else. At that point, Hifumi would have had an alibi, so nobody would have doubted him. I told him that, and he believed it.
It all seems very straightforward, stereotypical.
I just matched the lie to the level of opponent. In fact, Hifumi ate it up. He believed the lie wholeheartedly, right up until the moment of his death.
so in the end,
So you had planned to kill him all along.
But of course. There would have been no point to my plan if the one who pretended to be dead did not end up dead himself.
What the heck?
How can a human life mean so little to you?
Well,
That's a non-issue. I simply did everything in my power to win.
Don't be mean!
Now you sound like Byakuya.
I wonder about that.
No, he deserves his pleasure from the thrill of the hunt. In that aspect, we are nothing alike.
Why?
Then, what made you take things this far?
What the heck?
Was it really just for money? Are you talking about the $10 million Monokuma offered us? That is a lot of money, it's true. But that's not all there is to it. From the moment our new life here began, my only thought has been escape.
But
But all along you've been saying how we have to accept living here.
You little bitch!
Obviously, that was a lie.
Hey!
I couldn't take it. I hated it from day one. More than anyone else in here.
You little bitch!
I wanted to get out. Every day was fresh torture. And do you want to know why? Huh?
This is fine.
Because I had a dream. And accepting a life here would have meant nothing less than giving up on a dream forever.
Honestly.
And there was no way that I could ever do that. In the underground world of gambling, I risked my life to make a metaphorical killing.
As for me,
And it was all for that dream.
What was this
And
dream of yours?
isn't it wonderful?
To live in a European castle.
Castle? Oh my god.
And to gather handsome men from all over the world to serve my butlers/bodyguards. I was going to make them dress up like vampires and satisfy my every need. Once I obtained that, I would have created a perfectly aesthetic world of decadence.
This is fine.
Living the rest of my life there was my only dream, my only goal. That's what life is all about. Combined with my own winnings, Monokuma's $10 million would have made that dream a reality. I got right to the edge, but
There is nothing to be done.
unfortunately, my dream has been scattered to the wind. Still, I don't have any regrets. I pursued my dream to the very end, so why would I?
Just the worst.
You sound so passionate, but you were really able to kill your own friends for it?
Oh,
Are you asking me to feel guilty? That's a pointless endeavor. I think nothing of sacrificing others for my own ends. I feel nothing.
do you understand?
That's all there is to me. That's what makes me complete. Isn't it terrifying how different our values are? There's simply no room for understanding.
What is this?
That's what we should be saying. And plus, how can you be so calm? Don't you realize you're going to die? Why are you scared? My ability to lie unrivaled, and I take pride in that. It's not just other people, I can even fool my own emotions. The conscious deceives the unconscious.
And that's why you're not scared.
Yes, indeed.
That's right, I don't fear death. Kill me however you like. But you know, if I could be reincarnated, if I had a choice, then
Isn't it wonderful?
I think I would like to come back as Marie Antoinette.
Hey,
You just get executed again.
Celeste smiled then. When she did, it looked to me like a poor effort to force it. She claimed she could fool her own feelings, but that statement itself must have been her final lie. And that weak fake smile is what betrayed her.
Thrills, chills, kills!
Well done! Okay, then let's get rolling! The black and disturb the peace and must pay the price.
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment!
For her, the ultimate gambler!
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
I guess I'll let Kyoko hold on to this.
What?
This is.
Will it really give you the hope you're looking for? I can't say I ever saw it that way. Which is why... Actually, it's not important. Well then, take care, everyone. Perhaps we'll meet again. In another life.
Oof.
Final punishment.
She's gonna get killed with cards or something. The fuck? Oh, okay.
You got hit by a fire truck.
Oh my god.
This still destroys me.
Oh, Rams.
Like,
Good
she
job,
was so
you did it,
excited
buddy.
to go her most symbolic way, and then that happens. Like, just ruining it. And it's
Ugh.
great.
Oh.
Well, they don't exactly do executions to make the people in it happy.
Exactly.
So,
It's over. Third execution is over. Celeste's death is over. Celeste killed my friends, so I can't pity her, but I also can't deny that at one point I considered her a friend too. And for him to just come along and...
isn't it just awful? Someone couldn't cut free of their regrets from the outside world, and so more people had to die.
Extreme!
You guys are still young! You need to place more value on your lives.
What are you gonna do?
Geez, and here I thought you guys were gonna pass the torch of hope to the next generation.
Let me out of here!
What do I care about a hope? I'll throw it in the trash if you just let me out of here.
Too bad.
You're all the embodiment of hope, whether you like it or not. And it's my destiny to knock you down one by one. It's sad, yes it is, but that reality just can't be avoided.
Don't talk like you're not responsible. How long are you gonna make us keep up going through this? What do you want from us?
God, I'm so sick of people asking me that! Give it a rest already! So, anyway... Kyoko, did I see you get some kind of key-type object from Celeste?
Hey! Hey!
So, what's the deal with that?
What?
Huh? What's the matter?
So then,
I'll answer your question if you answer mine.
you...
What did you do? What did you do to me?
Ooh.
What?
Hey,
Answer me. What did you do to my body? The fuck?
Ooh, how exciting.
Whoa! Oh man! Oh jeez! Oh man! Oh jeez! What do you mean? What did I do? I have no idea! I don't know anything about it!
What was that just now? The mastermind did something to Kyoko's body. What does that mean?
Hello.
Okay, things are getting kinda awkward. I think it's about time I got out of here.
Well?
Meanwhile, you guys can go on enjoying your school life. If you get lonely, give me a shout. Not that I'll do anything about it, of course.
See ya later!
See ya!
Monokuma disappeared, leaving us all depressed and in despair. Although, it wasn't all despair. There was one small hope. Hey Kyoko, Monokuma already mentioned it, but what's that key Celeste gave you?
so...
Most likely, it's a key to one of the dressing room lockers.
What? Then that means...
Celeste probably hid it in there.
Hey,
I suppose sometimes it's easiest to miss what's right beneath your nose. Well then, we'd better go check.
Indeed.
Good idea. We left the courtroom and rushed to the dressing room. As we approached the dressing room, Kyoko looked back at us and said,
Hey.
I'm going to go on alone from here. Everyone else head to the dining hall. I'll check in with you later.
What?
Why exactly are you going in alone?
So...
You
Do
dummy.
you even have to ask? As she spoke, she glanced quickly at all the surveillance cameras.
Come on.
That's not what I mean. Why you? There's still the risk of a spy, you know. Da-da-da. Then I'll go too.
What?
You! Please, let me go. Da-da-da.
I want to be
Standing.
alone in the bathhouse with Kyoko.
Standing here arguing is just going to draw more attention to us.
Goodbye.
Do whatever you want. Thank you, Byakuya.
well then.
Then it's up to you now.
Yo!
I'm going to the dining hall, okay? Huh? So Makoto and Kyoko are gonna go together? Does that mean what I think it means?
Okay.
Good luck, Makoto. Girls like her are
Oh my
total
God.
pushovers when you show her a little backbone.
Oh my god. I tried to forget what Hina said. Everyone headed to the dining hall, leaving me and Kyoko there alone.
Shall we go?
Well, shall we? Yeah.
Kyoko
So
just
then-
completely ignored Hina.
I know, right? We need to get into that locker. Kyoko took the key Celeste had given her and unlocked the locker. And as the locker swung open, we saw...
You really came.
Good morning. Hehehe, it's been a while, hasn't it?
It's safe. Thank goodness. I never heard Kyoko sound so relieved. It's like she was speaking from the bottom of her heart. Oh, okay, I guess I should have given her a different voice then.
Haha, I did just what Celeste asked. I didn't say a word. I stayed quiet the entire time.
So,
Oh, and I think I might have been able to open the last set of files soon. Maybe as early as tomorrow.
Oh shit!
I'm doing my best, so please wait just a little while longer.
So, now we can officially say the case is closed. As far as the incident is concerned, sure, but can we take a second? Since we have this opportunity, I want you to be honest with me.
Do you like me?
Please tell me. What are you trying to do all on your own here at the school?
You.
Is that why you wanted to come here with me?
However,
Regardless, that's not something you need to know right now. You don't need to know. It just makes me even more worried.
What?
Worried? Like what happened during the investigation this time? You disappeared and we didn't see you again. Without warning, without explanation. When you do that,
Indeed.
it's only natural that they think I'm the mastermind spy, right? And you too. No! I believe in you.
What?
Oh, you believe in me? Isn't it obvious? People believe in their friends, right? So that's why I want you to tell me. I want you to believe in me too. Because we're friends. I understand.
It's true.
Then maybe I can believe in you just a little bit more. Then
That's fine.
fine. I'll tell you. Oh shit! I'll tell you why I've been disappearing and where I've been going. You see, what I heard from Kyoko then was, well, frankly, it kind of blew my mind. Right after I told Kyoko I believe in her, she told me a story that was, well, almost unbelievable. I decided I had to confirm what she told me with my own two eyes. I waited for nighttime to come, and when it did, I went into action. Tell me!
You don't find out?
Correct.
The boys' bathroom on the second floor doesn't have a surveillance camera or monitor in it. And in the storage closet there, way in the back, she said it was way in the back of the boys' bathroom storage closet, but could Kyoko really be right about this? Okay. Is it this one?
Yeah, the boys' bathroom. Kyoko went into there.
What?
That's scandalous.
This? Oh. Didn't even know that was there. It's just a normal storage closet as far as I can tell. The secret Kyoko told me about. Could it really be hidden here? Okay. Oh. Okay.
There's only one place you can click.
She said it was way in the back of the storage closet. But, I mean, seriously? Without thinking, I placed my hand on the back of the storage closet, and suddenly, as if I were being yanked in. Oh! Go-junk! At the same time I heard that sound, I fell through the wall. I had no idea what was going on. Bottle! I'd fallen through the back of the storage closet. Huh? And it turned out, the back of the wall was like a revolving door and I'd made my way to the other side, just like Kyoko had said.
Correct.
In the boys' bathroom, there's a secret room. So this is the secret room. What's in here? Oh god. Okay, there's this too! It's just a normal desk with drawers. You sure about that? Tissues! Oh my god. There's a bunch of files, of course, not the tissues.
Makoto, Kara wants the tissues. Makoto's like, there are files! He just completely ignores the tissues.
It looks like I was clicking on the tissues, so that's like... There's a bunch of files and it looks like...
Suspicious tissues. The files are the tissues!
Oh my god. Like, looks like volume after volume of yearbooks. They're covered in dust. Looking at everything, one file at the edge of the bookshelf caught my eye. Oaks Peak Academy Student Registry. This is the only thing not in here not covered in dust. Had someone been looking at it recently? I slipped the file into my hand. But before I had a chance to take a look at it, a slip of paper fell through the file, and I turned my attention to it. What's this? You must not leave. That's kind of weird. I could understand if it said, like, I can't leave, but you must not leave? What is this? My head feels funny. Strange sensation. It's like deja vu. Deja vu! Been in this place before. No. Those words, you must not leave. I've seen them somewhere before, but can't quite remember. What do I know? What don't I know? Uh-oh. Oh no. Strange sound rang through my head. I felt like it was shaking my brain back and forth, and then darkness. I don't understand
Confirmed
what's
that
happening.
Makoto has a loose brain.
I don't know what started it. It's all over, and with that, I opened my eyes. I didn't know how long it had been. Oh no! Everything's gone! Get! Ow! Apparently something hit me and I lost consciousness. That's all I understood. The dull throbbing pain in my head proved that much at least. Okay. Come on, we look at the same thing.
Check the tissues!
Tissues! An empty bookshelf. Huh? Empty? Gone. It's all gone. The yearbooks, the student registry, and even the note that had fallen on the floor. It's all gone? What does this mean? But my brain refused to do any more work. The insistent pain on my head began to spread across the rest of my body. For now, I should go back to my room, get some rest. Okay. My body was heavy with pain, my mind heavy with thought. I dragged myself back toward my room. Somehow I made it to the first floor of the school. The farther I walked, the more I felt. Things are getting blurry, can't see in front of me. I couldn't stop myself from collapsing right there. And after that, as if from a vast distance, I heard a sound. You hear someone saying oh my god. It was faint, but undeniable. That sound. It's like someone's hesitating on what to say.
I don't know if your headphones were picking up, but there's like a slight sound that's actually playing there.
Wait, do they play it again? Okay, it's coming from the gym.
I'm not sure. They probably will.
Damn. As I desperately hauled my shaky frame toward the gym, the sound got stronger and stronger. Oh, okay. It's definitely heard that.
Yeah.
What's going on? Can't be nothing. Here in the gym? Oh god. Didn't make a sound as I opened the door to the gym. Sounds coming from inside, meanwhile, only intensified that much more. Oh god. The fuck? Before me, there raged a battle beyond anything humanly possible. No. One side's not human, that's for sure, but regardless, I couldn't stop staring. I forgot to move or even breathe.
Why, you? What do you think you're doing? I asked you a question. What's the meaning of this? How dare you defy me? This wasn't part of the deal!
The deal?
I've made a decision. I will no longer retreat, no longer compromise, no longer regret. I've made my decision. I'm going to resist you.
Okay, but you do realize what will happen if you go through with this, right? You haven't forgotten, have you? What I'm holding hostage?
What am I looking at? What am I hearing? A hostage? Then could it be the mastermind spy is... Who? Chihiro? Chihiro's definitely dead, I think. At least. Wow.
7 left.
Damn, it's just gonna leave it on a cliffhanger like that? Then who the fuck
Yes.
attacked him?
Huh? You couldn't tell who that was?
Oh, it definitely wasn't Sakura. It was slimmer than Sakura.
What?
What?
It was Sakura.
No, who attacked
Like that voice
Makoto?
there. Oh, who attacked Makoto? Okay.
You
I was like,
guys.
I
was
thought you
so
were talking about that.
confused. I'm like, ow.
I honestly thought you couldn't think that that one in the gym was Sakura, and I'm like, Kara.
No, I obviously knew it
ow.
was Sakura right away, but who the fuck attacked Makoto? Like, that wasn't Sakura. Like, you would have seen the bulging muscles. Like,
That was a masked figure.
I guess we will find out in the next episode.
See you later.